All right. Good evening. Oh, hey, you're on Twitch again today. Welcome. Now, let me make sure audio and everything is okay. It seems like for once I've actually managed to start the stream with everything working. But yeah, we're gonna hit Brinko's side today, and I'll probably try to do both a Dark World section, a Real World section, and another Dark World section, which is why we've actually begun a bit earlier today. Because like you, I am curious to see what's gonna happen. And with you around, I can be sure that I will not miss anything. All right, I can see your message. You're saying you made a save file so that you could do one playthrough without the sword cleansed and one playthrough with the sword cleansed. I actually think I'll do an entire playthrough just so that everything's on one save file, right? Because it doesn't feel complete in quotation marks unless I do that, so yeah. And we are in Rinko's world, right? Yeah, we are in Rinko's world.
Mikh'a, you look even more beautiful today.
Is there okay, I'm guessing there is an ending where you have to do it without purifying the sword. I would think that would lead to the same ending as the first one, but I'm guessing it's different. So, Rinko exclaiming, I'm not sure whether she says that the first time you play the game or she's commenting on the fact that we have our wolf form right now. All right, Rinko's puzzle set isn't really difficult per se. It's just finding the right combination of rooms. So right now it's green and red. Yeah, so we can go to that room over there now. If anything, this should be a lot easier now that we can kill enemies without relying on light sources. No worries, take your time. Yeah, now for once we can actually get rid of the enemies here and take our sweet time dealing with whatever is thrown at us. And was this door here last time? I feel like it was. Again, it's so dark I can barely see. I have to look at OBS for this. Oh, this is a brooch door that we can open up and then G+. My future friend, spring unfurls around me in vivid color as I write you this letter. Upon your arrival, you may bear anxiety about your new life. The slightest remembrance of your old home may call tears to your eyes like it once did to mine. The scent of ripe plums joined with wordless birdsong in bittersweet union, memories that call me home to a mountain in spring. Oh, unfinished letter, but there really isn't an indication of who it's from. Lots of Hina dolls here, though, which is not exactly a good thing. Ah, this is. I am. Wait, I am pretty sure heard the name Mayumi before. Wasn't Mayumi the name of that girl who disappeared? Like, we saw a girl, a flyer looking for a missing person, right? And I think the name of that girl was Mayumi. So does that mean that Mayumi was actually taken into the household? And this is talking about going back to the marriage of divine blood, right? Interesting. My honorable father-in-law told me that fate had smiled upon me, that my blood had been blessed by the stars. I am now very. You know what? Let me. I might need to open up my own Twitch for this because I know I interacted with that poster at some point. Let me check my own WOD for once. It should be at the start of a new game, assuming I still have that WOD. So I'm starting to realize how weird my own voice sounds to me. Okay, there we go. New Game Plus. Let me see if I can find that board. No, right before we meet Shu, right? After we meet Hinako. And there's the poster. Hopefully I interact with it. Yes, it is indeed. And the missing person's name is Suzutani Mayumi. So Mayumi, the missing person that we see at the very start of the game, or the poster referring to the missing person, was actually taken in by this household, which is kind of weird, if I am being very honest. And my mind is reeling as to what this could mean. Like, does that mean that the Tsuneki family is actually kidnapping people from town? Which goes like way beyond what we were thinking before. And whatever the case, it does seem like Mayumi was okay with her new life. So much so that she didn't actually return to it. Oh, very interesting. And this would have been something that I could have used if I had properly learned the counter timings for everything else. But now I'm a little too used to using focus. And we finally got a Hokura that we can use to upgrade our stats. Make sure we don't miss anything over here. Which is kind of making me wonder, like, was Mayumi, Suzutani Mayumi, the previously abducted one who got wed? Because we need more documents here. Like, there's something else going on here and I'm not entirely sure. But what's with the Hina dolls is the question. And have I seen anything else about a Suzutani Mayumi? No, I think this might actually be one of my favorite Silent Hill stories. The way they are building it up one by one, little by little. Right, we gotta be careful of enemies beyond this point. I think there's one on the stairs over here. And we opened up red and green. So we gotta go back, interact with the green one. so that it changes to white. Where does that lead us? Actually, I can go right to that green door, which is in front of us. Though I do believe there is an enemy around here somewhere. So dark. Like really, really dark.
Stuffed animals, fashion magazines, Rinko's room.
At this point, Hinako is a bit out of it too, and we can't tell whether it's supernatural and she's been possessed or she's suffering the side effects of taking the drug. I'm getting more context into Rinko's inner feelings now, because these journal entries weren't there before. Yokan. Incidentally, I kind of love red bean stuff. I've never had Yokan per se, but I've had a few like red bean pong, or red bean bread, I guess, and it tastes amazing. Definitely my favorite snack whenever I'm visiting overseas and we're going to an Asian country. If there's a red bean snack, I'm buying it. I mean, just thinking about it is making me salivate. Curious question, right? Does Rinko collect dolls, or is this her just like sort of an imagination of Hinako? Okay, now we're gonna have to find that seal. I think it was by this doll, if I remember correctly. Guess not. I feel like it was a doll that was green and sitting. Or do I have to like... Oh, you are coming alive, aren't you? You have a knife. Oh, never mind. You're not coming alive. You're just there. Or do I have to interact with all of the dolls first and just alter the room one by one? And probably that thing's coming alive when we change one of them. I feel like it was that doll, which I found the seal last time. Yeah, I think its step is making the room like crazier and crazier. Initially, it's just like drawings of Shu. A nominal amount, I'd say. But then the room is just starting to fill with her obsession of Shu. Well, there's one last doll for us to interact with. Yeah, it might be I just need to turn all three dolls, and I'm waiting for you to just get up and attack me. Oh, there's like more than one of you here.
Don't try to stop me. Die. Found it.
Oh wait, there is another doll here which we didn't take, so maybe it was this doll all along. But yeah, now the room has actually changed to include portraits of Hinako, and Hinako herself is crossed out in Rinko's eyes. Let's make sure I don't miss any of Rinko's journals before I run out of here. Although we found one, I feel like there might be a second one now that the room has changed. Yep, we did indeed find one. Incidentally, I did not know it was there. I was just searching. Because I remember that happening with Sakuko, right? I think the first time I noticed that was happening was with Sakuko's once. Oh no, it wasn't Sakuko's. It was actually Rinko's in another room like this. Like a note that we originally picked up had been altered after the room had changed. Okay, now I actually have to be careful when I go back because I know that there's an enemy here. And you can actually hear that enemy running around, oddly enough. Or is that the one over here? There should be one here that will try to ambush us. Yeah, it's there. Wait, I pressed dodge. This is not fair. Really? Honestly, I don't mind the fact that we took damage as much as I mind the fact that we lost our sanity there. How many slots? I still got like 13 slots, I think. Yeah, 13. Also, I wanted to talk with talk about this with you. I'm not sure whether it's in the journal or the collectibles. There is a room here, right? A room that we can only access in New Game Plus. The note that you get from that new room is named Mayumi, right? Is it in collectibles? Collectibles, right? Documents, Rinko's class. Where could it be? Yeah, along with this letter that talks about inviting someone else here. But that, it should be here somewhere, right? Letter from a woman. No. Fragrant letter? Nope. Is it not here anymore? It would help if they did categorize these because the one that I'm looking for, I can't seem to find it. But what's funny is that one of those is this, right? The unopened letter that we found in that room, unfinished letter, not unopened, right? This one doesn't quite indicate who it's from, but I feel like it might have been from the person who he was about to marry. It was a pretty clean note too, so Yeah, I don't quite know. Well, the fact of what I'm trying to say is, right, the fact of the matter is that letter is written by someone named Mayumi, right? Now, if you recall, and it clicked at me because I specifically remember telling myself that we've never met a character named Mayumi in the game yet, and who the heck is Mayumi, right? Uh, the name Mayumi actually comes up right before you meet Shu. You'll find a missing persons note in front of a station, right? And there it will be like Suzutani Mayumi, last seen wearing a blouse, a long blouse, and everything. So, what I think happened was that the original Mayumi that wrote that letter was actually, it almost feels like she was kidnapped here and brought together because thought thought that she had, no, they pretty much figured out that she had divine blood or something, right? Because she also mentions like the importance of blood. Maybe it's something like that, importance of blood, or is it in the journal information? Inari-sama? Well, I'm not getting anything new in characters. I feel like it should be in the collectibles. Oh man, I wish I remembered what the name of that letter is. Maybe it's in one of the solemn letters. Nope. Like it talked about trying to welcome uh, the next person who is about to get married here. Oh, come on. Why is it not here? Well, anyway, the point is, it's very likely that this family actually semi-kidnapped or spirited away another girl. And that connects back to the whole divine blood thing. I'm so glad I made a mental note of that name just so that I could connect it at this moment. A very cool moment, more or less, for me. We are looking at. I'll need to open up red too. Red is already open. So yeah, I think this should work. No, wait, I need to open up blue. And then go to white, go inside, and then go to. Well, technically, I can go blue, white, and blue. Yeah, white and blue also works. Like, there's another thread to this family that we're missing. And it kind of feels semi-great to figure that out. But there's another door here. I just realized. Oh wait, that's the door we come back from. Never mind. The magic teleporting door that connects to every other place. Yeah, so glad we can just defeat these enemies now. Makes exploring this place a lot easier. The drum is still beating for some odd reason. So interesting that there's a Higashi here, because this was where we originally picked up one of Rinko's letters.
This is
But there's another letter here now.
No, no. I have to let go. I need to move on.
She did me the favor of dying soon anyway. I feel like there is, because the previous room had a similar letter that had a bit of extra written on the same letter itself, I would say. This girl is obsessed with you. So Chizeria is where, like, the moment the lamp turns off, an enemy will spawn right next to you. You don't say. There's more than one here today. I thought I got caught. Lucky. The iframe saved me. Oh. Okay. That wall also endangered me and saved me at the same time, right? If I could have just dodged backwards, I would have been saved as well. But the iframe itself actually saved me. Yeah, since I got stuck there, I thought I actually got caught by the grab, but yeah, the iframe saved. Iframe for the win. But wait, it does seem like the other characters also see the town as monsters. What in tarnation was that? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, this is what I meant the other day when I think that Rinko has a bit of a superiority complex, right? She buys the kids candy just so that she could lord it over them. I'm guessing I'm seeing these now because, yeah, we're actually looking for the seal, right? Okay, I completely forgot that that's what we're trying to do. With all these changes. I don't think I found those items the other time. I think I found the crest the very first time I searched in New Game. So I didn't bother checking the other items. Or rather, I don't feel like they were even there. Okay, so yeah, I must have found the crest on my first try and then just walked out. I think I found the crest on my first try and then I turned and there was another document here, right? The same thing happened. When you come in here, there's actually one of Rinko's diaries over here. You pick it up, you find the crest and you look and there's another piece of that diary over here again, but just with altered writing like there is now. So yeah, that made me stop. Okay, one more door to deal with.
Hinako, you remember, don't you? The day we first met?
Telling me what? You're not exactly... That... Wait a minute. I know that the voodoo looking thing that you're talking about is... There is a name for it, but I'm trying to forget. I kind of forget what the name is. It's called a kendama. If you look that up, you'll find what it is. No, not exactly. It's like a toy hammer connected to a ball on connected to a ball by a string. So the idea is that you want to keep the ball in the air as much as possible, or balanced on the nail, the hammer. So why do I feel like I have like way too many items here? Oh, it's because I have 13. It's because I have 13 bandages. No wonder I feel like I'm lacking inventory slots. I have so many healing items. All right, last one. We need to open up. White is one. And I'll have to go through green and then open up red. So we're going to start with... No, we have to go through red... No, blue. And then go down and open up green. Wait, is that right? No. I need to do it the other way. I need to open up green first, green and red. Go inside and then change the green to white. So... You'll be green. Yeah, you need blue, white, except... Well, I guess green, red, green also works. Blue, white also works. No, blue, white doesn't work because at some point you need to change it to red again to enter the last room, right? That's why. So you need to go red, green, go inside and change this to white. And then you can go around and enter the room. Yeah, because the room at the very end will have another lever which changes the colors. So I feel like I remember there being an enemy here, like one of those collection of Hina dolls. I'm not seeing it. I hear it, but I don't see it. Oh, damn, it's so dark in here again. Ow. Okay, now that explains why I didn't see it. Honestly, Hinako just sounds like a completely different person. Let's use one of those bandages since we have quite a bit. Inari sushi. I swear there was like one of those Hina doll collection enemies here that would scream their lungs off and do the little hopscotch movement. Okay, I lost a bandage and I got a bandage in return. Thank you, game. To be honest, if it wasn't for the healing counter, I'll probably be using those bandages a lot more. But because we have Mantis, not really finding a use for it. It's so dark I can't even tell, even if they are on the roof. On the ceiling, I mean, not the roof. Because the roof is outside, ceiling is inside. Probably just to have fun later on, right? I don't think I'd find myself using that extensively. And I might need to run back to... No, wait, I have 2 empty slots, so it doesn't matter. I was thinking that I might have to run back to... But do I want to run back? Okay, let's just run back like real quick by changing it. The enemies are dead, so we don't need to worry. Because I want to open up those 2 slots. I have an Inari sushi and a dried carcass, both of which I will give away as an offering. This way, if there's anything else that we can pick up in that room, which is unlikely, we can still pick it up. Did I check over this corner? I feel like I did. I found the one counter.
Schoolwork, sports, coordinating outfits, makeup. I was always better than you at those things.
You weren't better at the one thing we needed to be. Which is more attractive Shishu, to be honest. I found the one Momori that's probably the best one that I could have picked up if I hadn't gotten like a little too used to using focus to counter, right? Because in my first playthrough, I was almost never using focus to counter. I was just doing it without focusing at all because I didn't want to waste our focus gauge or our sanity gauge. I felt like it was pretty important to keep a high sanity during my first run. Afterwards, I've been using sanity for all my counters because it makes the counter window ridiculously easy, right? But if I had actually taken the time to learn the enemy's movesets, getting the swallow counter down would have been amazing. Because the swallow counter is like 5 times the damage according to it. Yeah. Without using focus, increases damage inflicted. Not 5 times the damage, but it can stack up to 5 times. So if you are like really good at countering, you could be doing a hell of a lot of damage. Did I change that? I didn't think I did. I just opened up the menu. To white, please. If I do end up using Serpent, which I'm assuming is the one that you're talking about, which has like unlimited stamina and unlimited sanity, I'll probably decide which of the enemies I should be using focus counters on and which I should always be dodging. Auto counter. Yeah, nah. Auto counter, no. Not unless there's a reason for us to use it, right? And I think you said that using the auto counter actually drains sanity.
It all seems like ages ago. Lunch. Recess. Friends?
You know, you can kind of tell that I've been electrocuted before. Because the sound of that flickering bulb, right, reminds me of like electricity sounds, and it is sending goosebumps up to my hand. I feel like if you are a young guy who's worked in like a semi-old house, you are very likely to have at some point been electrocuted by something. I guess the enemies don't spawn until I interact with the desk. So there's like a little something here, but I can't quite make it out. It is like a little goldfish, a keychain of sorts.
This power.
Oh, the sound siphon actually hurt that enemy. Accidentally got a little too close. That was kind of funny, actually. Not too complex enemies. I'm missing the counter window. You hate the breaking sound effect? Oh yeah, don't worry. I'll definitely explore.
Rinko and I can go our separate ways.
Oh, there like isn't too much to find here. Yeah, okay, maybe there was something. And again, Rinko with the superiority complex. Like Sakugo has both autism and a bit of an inferiority complex. What's interesting is that in these diaries, it's almost indicated that they're aware of their true feelings and that they are also aware that the feelings are a bit misplaced, right? But at the end, it all kind of turns sour. Regardless. I'm waiting for an enemy to jump out at me somewhere. Yeah, at this point I have like too many bandages and first aid kits. Even though we are playing in hard mode, the game is being very generous. Now, time to cook Rinko in English this time. I feel like the Japanese scream for Sakuko was like amazing.
You were out in dreamland, but I helped you countless times. Why did you get it all? Just for once, think about how he feels. You're a traitor. You played with his heart. Say you're sorry. Get on your knees
You
and
actually
beg for
remember the
forgiveness.
dialogue.
Can't you hear me? Why don't you say something? Hinako!
This dialogue is different too. So each time I feel like we're getting closer to what their actual thoughts are. Because previously Rinko was just cursing at Hinako while she drowned in the lava, but this time it's not the case. It's more clear as to why she actually hated Hinako. Well, other than just liking Shu, right?
Hey, partner. Guess this is the last time I get to call you that. Partner. I need to know what your final decision is.
Yeah, I don't think Hinako's decision has changed, Shu.
I had a truckload of these notebooks. I filled up my entire closet. My most prized possession. I wouldn't let anyone other than you touch it.
Interesting, the ray gun is already here this time. It's a different set of items.
I worked my butt off on that kanji test so I could get this. Remember? That's weird. Where did it go? Oh, not a big deal. That's just what it means. Forget.
Yeah, I think the only things that are missing are actually the picture of Hinako and the comic book over here. Everything else seems to be here. Maybe playing on Fog actually has you get more items. Since we are on hard this time, it's only 2 items and not 1. Not 3. Yeah, okay, so it's only one item per difficulty level, in a sense. I swear if there's a doll stuck to the ceiling trying to jump me one more time. Even more bandages. Oh, come on. That's such a classic trap. Look at the one in front, but not the one further away. I mean, look at the one further away and not above you. I can't believe I fell for it, but I kind of deserved it. Strong herb. We'll deal with it when we get there, I guess. Is this also... Okay, no, that's just the enemy that's gonna drag you to Hinako's photo. It's either the photo or the comic book. I think this might be the comic book one. Because last time I distinctly recall, hey, you're actually leading me that way, so that's the way I need to go. So I ignored it, went around, and realized that one of the items was here, and I had to retread through this whole area to actually get it. And unlike before, like if something's strapped to the ceiling, I don't see it. And unlike now, that time we couldn't kill our enemies. So let me drag my fan over here. It's so hot. Hopefully the fan noise is not being picked up. Not a portable one. I actually have a stand fan since, well, you know that this house has electricity problems, right? So I can't use the one in the ceiling. I swear to God, if there's one of you on the ceiling again, I will riot. Okay, you're on the ground. That's perfectly fine, as long as you don't jump out and grab me. Yeah, this one leads to Hinako's photo. And I distinctly recall just having to run through everything here just to get this photo again. Oh, you haven't seen? Yeah, well, unfortunately, I mentioned it to you some time back that the floor above us is leaking. So whenever I try to switch it on. Oh, I had it switched on for a while, but then suddenly one day it started steaming, right? It started like malfunctioning and you could see like smoke rising from it. And it was at this point we were like, okay, yeah. And there was like a stream of water actually falling into this floor. It's been fixed since then, but I don't quite trust the construction work, so I've never actually gotten a replacement for the ceiling fan. It's quote unquote fixed, but I have trust issues is what I'm saying. Incidentally, since we were talking about being shocked, there were some nights where I'll actually wake up and feel like half of my face was paralyzed, right? And I'll give you a hint as to what was happening. I slept directly under the ceiling fan at the time. I'll give you a moment to guess as to what happened. Yep. At the time, I didn't know what was happening, right? Because I just woke up and just had half of my face paralyzed for no reason, and I was like very, very confused as to what was happening. Like I almost thought that I was getting a stroke at times because our family has that sort of problem. Even though, by all means, I was actually getting more healthier than I was before, and you could actually tell that something was wrong with me those days, right? Because I was sleeping under the fan. When I went to work, some people were like, "Are you okay? You look like really, really pale, and really sick too." And it didn't occur to me, like I didn't really understand it until hindsight when the fan actually started smoking, right? Because there were some days where I'll switch on the fan and I'll actually feel like little drops of water, and I'm like, maybe it's just the condensation of the the air conditioner. But a lot of things made sense in hindsight, right? And yeah, after I realized that, I was swapped where the position of my bed was, and it never happened again. So my going theory is that the electrified water, was actually leaking onto my face, and that was what was causing me like numbness. It was not only my face, right? Sometimes I'd wake up with the side of one of my arms paralyzed. It's very scary now that I think about it, that you were getting unconsciously shocked every time you slept. Yeah, but the thing is, the stream is like so little. You're never quite sure what's happening, right? But over time, it sort of became worse until I could actually see like droplets on the floor and on my bed. It was like, okay, yeah, things are getting bad. But because it's always dried up, you could never be sure until it started smoking. I feel like it kind of might have as well, because on one of those days where my coworkers were like, "Are you okay? You don't look so good." I went to the office mirror to check how I looked because I was curious as to why they thought I was like sick. And one side of my face, my right side specifically, was kind of melted. Crazy, right? I think you might be the first person I've actually told the story as a whole to be honest. Although now it's probably on the internet for everyone to know about. Oh god, don't tell me there's another enemy on the ceiling that I can't see because it's too dark. OBS, help me out. Yeah, I'm not seeing any in OBS either. There's definitely an enemy here somewhere. That's why we're getting the creepy music. No, am I not locked on? Why are you running? Calm down.
Get out.
Ah, okay. That sounds that sounds like a reasonable thing for you, actually, to be honest. Considering your general mood for experimentation. And I do recall you actually mentioning this before too, so can't say I'm too surprised. Yes. Now, I feel like I've had a bit of a history with electricity. Like, and between you and mine, I'm not sure which one of us had it worse, right? Uh, how bad did it get for you when you were shocked? Is the question that I have to ask. I mean, how did you feel afterwards? I mean, it kind of makes sense you had to be hit because I don't know if you heard about this. This was a very recent accident in Adu, right? In Scene. Apparently, a newlywed couple moved into their new home. They had set up this generator, and the husband actually got electrocuted. And in an attempt to save the husband, the wife actually tried to grab onto him, and they both got shocked together and died. So it makes sense that you had to be hit to let go. Because if another person tried to grab you, they'd be electrocuted too. It's I perfectly understand where the wife was coming from. Right? In your panic to like really help another person, you might forget that in an electrical situation, you should be trying to remove contact from the person without actually touching them yourself. The scent of herbs is overpowering. I feel like I saw this before too, by the way. It's not an NG Plus thing. You got burns, right? Like I said, I have a bit of a history with electricity that I'm not too proud of, right? The first time I ever got electrocuted was by my grandfather's shed, right? We had, back in the day, we had a little shed where my grandfather kept all his tools, and it was very dark in there. So he would put like lights, a light switch in there, but the way the setup of the room was that if you go in, the light switch is on the top of the door frame you're entering in. Now, incidentally, that top of the door frame also had like electrical outlets on it, right? You can see where this is going. So my dumbass, what my grandfather was like, get me a certain tool. I don't even remember what it was, right? I went in and I reached up without looking to hit the light, and I accidentally, it was a rainy day, so I was half wet too, and the shed is to a bit of a clearing, so you can imagine that I'm slightly wet too, and in my completely dumb, not realizing it, I just reached up and hit my hand into the electrical outlet. Now, the funny thing is, I don't remember a single thing that happened. Not a single thing. Apparently, I was screaming my lungs off. I don't remember this at all. I was screaming my lungs off, and when I woke up, half my body was paralyzed. I could not move it at all. Like my right was not moving at all. Like I had to wait for around 3 hours or so for it to go back to normal, for me to actually start being able to move the entire right side of my body. Yeah, I suppose, but it's a really weird feeling, right? I don't remember anything at that point. Like the moment, it's kind of weird, right? The moment I hit that, reach up my hand to flick the switch, I completely blank out. Like it's like one moment I was flicking on the switch, and in the next moment I was waking up. It felt like I took a leap in time to when I woke up. It didn't even feel like I was sleeping. It just felt like this sudden shutdown and then sudden switch on after a while. Yeah, that really a history of electricity that I'm not too proud of. Incidentally, you might this one's kind of funny, right? You might remember that my PC actually had a few problems some time back too, right? So in order to unhook my PC and head over to Gizmo where you were working at, I forgot about the fact. Yes, I forgot about the fact that you had to shut down the UPS too. So I unplugged the UPS and accidentally touched the power cord. Not a friend. It wasn't too bad. Thankfully, I immediately reacted, but just talking about it is just giving me goosebumps. It's not. I'm just rubbing myself to get the feeling out, right? It's making the hair on the back of my neck stand on its end. So yeah, between you and me, I'm not sure who had it worse with the electricity stuff, but I'm banking on like 4 to your 1. So maybe I'm the one who's actually gonna die in a death by electrocution one of these days. Yeah, afterwards I've noticed that I'm like very sensitive to electricity. Right? Like if there's anything even remotely weird with the mouse or even my headset, I feel like I immediately notice it. Or it feels like there's a bit of phantom pain in my whole body that's like, be careful, you're about to get electrocuted again. But yeah, I'm getting off tangent. The whole tangent. You're hearing my frustrations on my stories about electricity. Honestly, I don't want to be shocked ever in my life. Ever, I compared to okay, between the burger incident with the California Reaper and the electricity thing, I don't mind the electricity one as much because I don't remember anything that happened, right? But still, I really don't like getting shocked. And yeah, when you're working with electronics, you have to almost always ground yourself, which is why you have those wrist straps, right? That ground you. Like, I feel like that's more or less required these days. It's because you're building up static charge by working with electrical components. And most electrical components have like a residual charge left. Yeah, you could say we are both like more inclined to electrical malhaps. Oh, do I have to soul siphon? No, never mind. I do not have to soul siphon you. Oh, that was the counter window. I lost it. Too soon. I need to remember that she does the scream. Oh, come on. I'm being faked out by the little bubbling at the start. It's a very interesting design, that much I can tell you. I think they're meant to be bellies. But I wouldn't be surprised if they are what you're... Oh, thank God. Thank God my inventory is full. I almost picked that up. Wait, what is my inventory full of? Bandages, divine water. Let's just use one divine water here, so... I don't quite need it, but yeah. They must have actually put it there as a healing item, right? I'm searching for anything that might have Shu's thoughts in it, but I feel like Shu's inner thoughts have not been revealed to us at any point. So this is a... Actually, I don't know. What kind of place is this? You know, at some point I'm gonna have to start discarding the bandages because we have like a little too much here. This is the way out, so I need to find the item first. It is nice of the devs to actually block off the path so that you don't actually accidentally go that way. Without picking up the key item that we need here, which is this, the comic. Just waiting for the enemies to jump up here now. Ah, there we go. Could be one more down there. Is it not coming up? It usually jumps up as well. Oh, there we go. I'm realizing that for this difficulty, the lamps are still on, right? All through this area, we didn't actually have the blue lamps before. This time. On new game, and probably on story mode, we had it, but here we do not. Yeah, and with that, that should be the conclusion of Shu's area. Shu's area is the weakest, I think, out of all of them. Because we don't really get like any perspective into his inner thoughts. Other than the fact that he possibly had a love-hate relationship for Hinako at the start, but then it slowly changed over time. To like really liking her. But he could never come out and say it.
How you really feel, partner.
Like he was waiting for Hinako to say it according to this, because that was not something he said originally. Like he would be commenting on the items we picked up instead. Yeah, and this cutscene's new too. At this point, I'm just checking the skip cutscene button to make sure we're getting new content.
You came back, partner. I wanted... It's alright. Whatever the outcome. respect my partner's choice.
It's still kind of funny to me that they made Shu's death a hanging, right? Because again, it's like a literal you're leaving him hanging there kind of moment.
It must be hard for you to bid farewell to childhood friends.
Yes. No. It had to be done. As soon as I could. I'm so very sorry for what you just saw.
You need not apologize. I should be begging your pardon for forcing this pain upon you. Onward.
Did you believe that originally it was men who actually started painting their nails? And wearing heels? But over time it changed? I'm joking, by the way. About wearing heels? Yes. Nails? No. Well, it was more like it was used as a stirrup for riding horses, right?
Shu. Rinko?
So really, what kind of friends are these two that they just leave Hinako here? And then just go off on their own, right? I almost feel like Rinko might have convinced Shu to leave her there. All right, back to our usual and to my favorite stuff, Wolf and Owl. If I can find Owl somewhere. Now we have so many memories now. There we go. I really don't think Shu has any interest in doing anything with Rinko. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna walk back.
Where did those two go?
And check the entirety of the school. If you can get that far. Usually they'll block off your path from proceeding too much. I don't feel like Rinko's the type to actually do something like that. She might try something fanciful like a love spell. Like something supernatural and mystical, but maybe not anything actually like that. Wrong turns to know anything could happen, or fair enough. I can't quite argue with that logic. The weirdest stuff has happened. Thankfully, there doesn't seem to be any scarecrows around, so we can take a look. Not worrying too much, but the paths are indeed blocked off by this flower.
So much for keeping watch, huh?
Even Hinako sounds disgusted about the fact that they just left her there. And to be fair, it is like... Sorry, I actually accidentally knocked over the mic. It must have sounded extremely loud. I saw a notification message reach out from my phone and knocked over my mic. It's on a very precarious... Oh, I guess the mic is good at mitigating that. Yeah, it doesn't seem like you can go out into the courtyard or too far into the school. Like, it's the one thing that I sort of miss from the original Silent Hills, right? In a lot of the older games, you're given like a hub that you can explore, the whole town itself, right? And we can actually finally interact with this puzzle since it glitched out on us the other day. Originally, I think that had like an inventory slot you could use, like a school bag or something. Yeah, you can still go to the top floor.
Rinko? Say something!
And it's interesting that Hinako actually has dialogue for you exploring the school, even though ideally you should be going the other way and out of the school. Well, if you did miss it, well, time for another run once again. I'm just taking a look. And now that we can actually take a look without being hounded by scarecrows everywhere. Or has Lan put it the other day, alumni.
Shu? Rinko?
There's something here. You're looking at something. An empty cabinet, okay. Only one more place that we can check if the door is not blocked. Which it isn't.
Shu? Rinko? Where are you?
Your PC crashed. You can blame the alumni. Well, the alumni are not here today. They've already left while we woke up. They were, but everything has been removed. Even the ones that were usually hanging up on the ceiling on the way to this floor have been removed. And this is just the hint for Asakura Ayumi. Doesn't seem like there's anything else here. But I do find it like vaguely interesting that the developers kind of made dialogue for Hinako actually checking the school afterwards. Give me a sec. It's like they knew the players would explore, right? See, this is what I was talking about before, Lan. This game is very, very linear, all things considered. Like, extremely linear. Even though it kind of looks like it isn't because of the map, but the truth is, a lot of your paths are blocked off when you're playing through the game. So you can only go down this one track. And even now, if you look at the school, I can't go outside. They don't want me going outside here. Or I can't go outside here either. So they're, in some cases, they're still walling me off, just in a different way.
Oh,
No sick for you.
Shoo. The plan's to meet up. At your place, right? There's just too many.
Running a cutscene, you mean? Okay, and we're finally in the mountains.
Is that thing still chasing me? Well, maybe they had to get away from that thing.
Like, this is the one location in this game where I feel like I have to constantly open up the map. I'm okay with the town. There is a weird sort of sense to it. Yep, like I said, it's very linear. They don't want you doing anything too weird. Even here, it might look like I have alternate routes, but they're like little side areas that I can check for items. At the end of the day, I have to follow that one route to the end of the story. I think we'll be fine initially, like it's a bit of a
Maybe
brief
they had
reprieve.
no choice but to go on without me. That has to be it.
Yeah, no hints just yet for the Jizo. I guess I'll have to keep my eyes open since you're mentioning it. I'm assuming it's in this general vicinity somewhere. Oh, here's a box we didn't get before. Okay, yeah, they're talking about how the divine tree fate, which is originally worshipped here, was changed after the tree got hit by lightning. Lightning. I'm chuckling to myself because earlier in the stream I was actually talking about how I got electrocuted multiple times during my life. Anyway, yeah, after lightning hit the tree and it was burned down, it changed to the Tsukumogami fate, which is what we're doing technically now. Like turning in items to these shrines. And yeah, this researcher, I think, seems to be theorizing that the divine tree was only worshipped because it was the oldest thing. No wonder I'm on Twitch. Well, technically speaking, I'm on both Twitch, YouTube, and even Kick. But I guess it kind of makes sense in an odd way. Like, Kick and Twitch make a lot more sense than I want to admit. YouTube, maybe not. And yeah, after the divine tree was burned, the next to be worshipped based on the oldest was the Inari statues. And the Inari statues and the Tsukumogami faith seem to have mixed together. And apparently this whole thing is framed in like a bit of a ancient story where the divine tree is destroyed by lightning, with the land losing its guardian and the ancient evil dragon rising from its sleep. But then the foxes of the town came to help the town, and that's why the foxes are now worshipped. Water dragon, divine tree, Tsukumogami, and now Inari-sama. And truly is a fickle beast. Yep, the dragon is back. Thankfully, we don't have to fight the dragon this time. You won't be seeing me curse the fact that the spider is shooting bullets at me from a distance. Well, there is no spider here per se, but I do have a spider omamori, which greatly decreases the durability of items that I use. I also have a lightsaber now. A very short lightsaber, as you can see, but still. Okay, I guess I'm looking for that hint for the Jesus statue here soon enough. And I feel like it's fine to run it early on in this area. The enemies will start to get more as we go on. Okay, now what do I upgrade? Health, sanity, or stamina? And surprisingly, I have picked up like 3 upgrade items without even realizing. Stamina? Because we're going to be running soon? Okay, fair enough. I feel like that is a good point you've made there. Because you keep getting all-nighters. Well, I was happy that I got that one all-nighter right before my annual leave, right? Because I would not have been happy. And my boss was nice enough that he was like, you know what, just take the next day off. Technically speaking, I'll be starting my annual leave on Sunday. But he was nice enough to just give me Thursday off. Do you have to run at this point? I feel like the running happens a bit later on. I'll swap to horse omamori neck then. Yeah, even though like we get like really busy periods of work, my manager is like exceptionally flexible, right? Exceptionally flexible. Which is one of the reasons why I've worked there for so long. I feel like he goes out of his way to actually accommodate my very selfish requests at times. I think even Mufasa knows that. For example, I go to work at 9, even though technically my work hours are at 8, for example. That's also an accommodation he made for the team. The idea is that as long as you fulfill your 8-hour obligations, he doesn't mind. Oh yeah, you. I remember you. You'll actually come alive when I go behind the house. And pick this up. No? I remember a lot of the ambushes like really well because they'd done it incredibly, right? She's cute. Cute enough to kill you, that's for sure. I'm pretty sure land means the doll. Change your mind, huh? Uh. By the way, lad, I'm not sure if you'd followed the live letter for Final Fantasy XIV, but one of the things that I personally wanted has actually been announced in this patch. And that's the fact that you can now glamour, like after the 7.4 patch drops, right?
More about the mountains than I do.
After the 7.4 patch drops, you'll be able to glamour any equipment onto any class. So you can now technically glamour your crafting gear onto your battle classes, or even paladin gear onto your healer. Yeah. Oh, Happy has made a video about it. I can see why. I think everyone, out of everything in the live letter, I feel like that's what probably would have gotten the most reaction from all the Final Fantasy players. Because I think we've been requesting that for like ages. At first I wasn't sure why, but a friend of mine, a black mage I know, I was like, they're probably doing this to counter the many mods that already do this stuff. Yeah, that's just the sound of that doll disappearing. It's not coming back up. The funny thing is, after a while, you sort of realize what are the fake dolls and what are the real ones, right? The fake dolls actually have no weapons. The real ones always will have a weapon in their hands. Time to glamour your hatchet to your axe. The one thing I want to do is just grab the alchemy coat and apply it to all my tanks, right? Because I love the coats the alchemy class has. And a lot of the goldsmith stuff has like a really nice caster look. You know what? I'm not exactly sure you can glamour weapons, but that is interesting. You could, if you could be glamoring like a fishing rod onto a paladin sword. That would be kind of hilarious. I feel like they wouldn't do that, but they did say everything. Ah, the axe. The first time we'll find it in the game. Let's replace this with our sledgehammer.
Just what I needed.
It better be everything, or else. My dude, let's not buy a Fantasia before you're actually subbed. And weren't you like, I'm not gonna sub till next expansion? Return of Hildebrand's daddy. And there are a lot of you here. Excuse me, I'm still here. Why are you running away? Yeah, that almost felt like she did a little sneeze there. God, too. Something else here. Other than you, maybe? Yeah, it does very much sound like she's sneezing for some reason. Honestly, the more I play this game, the more I find things funny. The reason I'm not using the saber is because the saber is actually not too powerful. It is a joke weapon, and it does have like a weird description. Its effective range changes to match the wielder's experience in battle. So I feel like this might actually grow stronger as you play like more new game pluses, right? Like the first time you find it, it's very short, maybe, and your next save file or your next new game plus, it's longer or something. So did we check everything here? It extends an inch every NG plus. Considering that the game sort of wants you to play at least like 3 times to get all the endings, I feel like it might max out on the third one. Or after the third one, not on the third one. Because the way the story for this game works, Lan, is that for each new game plus you're playing, things actually change in the story. Like not only certain scenes, like they have new dialogue, there's like all new cutscenes and even like new items and areas you can get which you couldn't get to originally.
Like this shoe.
Long man. Yeah, that's the only one that I always think of when people mention long. Raboning. Amazing plus 3 inches. I remember seeing the creature on the tree here somewhere. We'll jump away as you're looking at it. This is such an odd sequence to me, right? They already introduced the liquor way before, but they're also sort of ramping up the tension here, as if they're like reintroducing that enemy all over again. Like you won't fight him until the very end of this area. Yeah, it's good horror game design to ramp up the tension, especially for the first time you're playing it. It's not as effective a second time when you know that nothing's gonna happen until you get to the very end. And this should be a dead end with just an item or something. A toolkit. Okay, that's handy to have. Am I filling up on items once again? Do I have enough slots for all this? I am already full. Do I want to run back? I have way too many healing items. I might probably drop one, like... Well, not drop one, drop a few. Or just run back, that works too. The shrine is actually not too far, to be honest. What a tool. I might not end up using the toolkits as well now, because each time I use an offhand weapon, the stamina, the durability of the others actually still slowly fill up because of one of the charms we have. Surprisingly, the game has a lot of stuff that can really break things in your favor. Like honestly, if I had that charm a lot earlier, I'd be keeping a full stack of knives, because I feel like knives and blades are a lot more powerful in this game than anything else. You will not worry about the durability at all? Okay. Honestly, after getting the spider Omamori, ironically, despite the spider giving me a hard time in Ghost of Yote, that is one of the best charms I've ever picked up in this game. Like, after I got the spider Omamori, I've never had to... Like, I never lost a weapon. I... Only swapping it out much later to refresh their durability, but I've never had one break on me. It's a little alcove here. We did check this, right? Yeah, we did. We're running this way this time. The spider breaks you. The spider was good practice for Saito, because I felt like if I had not survived as long with the spider, I would have a lot more difficulty with Saito. Oh, you didn't see me. Oh, you did see me. That was an erratic movement right there. See? Only 2 hits, and the knife actually kills an enemy. That's why I'm saying the knife is really strong in this game. But though that was the very basic of enemies in the game too, there are stronger variants with the flowers growing on them. One on the stairs. I feel like this is an ambush waiting to happen. I'm telling you, the knives, too good, too good. I hear someone else. Oh, that's the strongest variant in the game, actually. The one that's completely covered in flowers. Okay, maybe the lightsaber is actually pretty strong too. Cute. Also, did it get longer? Or am I imagining things now? I can't tell. Did I get my inches already? Excuse me? Oh. You too. Is there nothing here? I feel like I remember there being a weapon or something here. Just an empty shed. Oh, this is actually the way we need to go. So let's go down. Check the little path over there. Just some divine water and a dead end. At least we had an item. You both are angel on my shoulder. Never lead me astray. Even though technically I am very lost in a mountain right now. It's weird. I feel like we should have gotten the hint for the Jesus statue already. Because any further and we're gonna end up in that sequence where we start running. Okay, after I get to Shu's house, so maybe we have a ways to go. There should be a bunch of enemies on this path if I remember correctly. I feel like when we first came here, I was talking about how comfy this place is. Like how very cozy it would be if it weren't for the eerie music in the background. Because that is setting the mood for this place more than anything else. I'm back to the knife. Probably swap between the knife and the lightsaber, considering how strong it is for a choke weapon. And again, we are fighting standard monsters here, which are easy to counter too. But this way is blocked. That's why we have the shortcut that takes us back down there. There should be an ambush here too. And you are very much alive. Weird. I feel like if I go any deeper, it's really just gonna trigger the cutscene now. Some Hikashi. We have the save, so I'm not too worried if he missed the Jizo statue. Then I should probably change. Maybe Wolf, since I'll not be using any weapons during the running sequence. Turtle, Shumo, horse. And instead of the spider, instead of owl, we'll use... What was it again? The Suzerain, right? The one that gives you a better perfect dodge. Now, there should be more enemies this way.
Did I finally make it out?
Another toolkit for your troubles. Okay, yeah, let's just get rid of the Yokon, not the Yokon, the bandages. I have a little too much of those. Map of Sugisato. Very much mapping out what we already have. But this door should be locked. Okay, yeah, it's still gonna be a while until we need to start the running sequence. It'll be only after this, and I'm not entirely sure you can change your Omamori afterwards. You two don't have any weapons, so I'm not too worried about you two. Oh. But what if you need it later? Well, I have like 9 more bandages on me. Well, 12 more, even more than I thought. You do not have a knife. If you do, I can't see it. There's a little arm stuck in, well, not an arm, a face. It almost looked like what? Okay, there's a lot of faces on the tree. I didn't even notice this the first time. I don't think I was looking at the tree. Some red capsules. This was the shed we were looking at before. Okay. Your fingers are registered as lethal weapons. Well, I guess. You can do a lot of things with fingers. But you know what's better? A large axe. Ironically, I still feel like the knives and the smaller bladed weapons are better, just because they're faster. Now you have a knife. Or a magic stick, that works too. As long as you can kill your enemies. You do not have a knife, so you're not in ambush. Neither do you. Tell you what, you can chase Lan, and I'm pretty sure he'll be very happy about it. I'm not sure whether I should be flattered or sad. Well, it's not like I can outrun you anyways with my back.
Shu. Ringo?
Lan's already far, far away from you. Yeah, I'm gonna save this onto a new one just in case I need to go back to the older area. And this is the path back where you're gonna have to use to run back, right? Can I just move you away right now? This is a dead end. And now the running begins. You can't hear him.
Is this some sort of offering?
You can enter from the main door or the window. Interesting.
Just what I needed.
Always use the window. That's what they are for entering places. Oh, you.
This won't last much longer.
The ragdoll on that one. A Momori. Was this Momori here before? Yeah, now you have hidden friends. Ah, okay. It's a defense charm. You can't go up. Huh. Interesting. Because we've seen weird notes like this before. It almost feels like there's a second person out here killing women. And they are not directly related to Hinako's story, but there still seems to be some person out there doing that. Like, we had that one note where, like, I'm gonna drink all your blood or something too. There's the key that we need to pick up, and that's probably gonna trigger everything. Gonna take a look around, make sure we don't miss anything. So did I give away the shriveled aburage? I did not. Alright, time for the running sequence. We are going to that door. So all we need to do is just go to straight more or less. Yeah, go straight more or less and then come around. And then run back in again. It's a very winding path. Oh, come on. Lock on. I am not dealing with you all.
No!
Can I make a jump from here? No, this is a dead end. That too is a dead end. Oh, all right. I'm glad we saved. I'm glad we saved. I'm pretty sure that even if you pick up the... Well, let me check, right? Even if you pick up the capsules, it doesn't void the ending. Because it says didn't take the red capsules, as in didn't consume the red capsules. But just to be safe, we're gonna reload that and make sure I don't accidentally pick up that red capsule as we were running past. Because we'll be locked into the default ending if we ever consume one of those capsules. The main story of the game is that Hinako is very much addled out of her mind with the drugs that she's taking. Those red capsules, which are given to her by one of her friends. Like everything she's seeing, she's pretty much just imagining it because of those capsules.
This won't last much longer.
That one always dies a bit funny. Just making sure that Hinako is alright. So did I pick up the Shibu de Baraga here? I feel like I didn't. No, I did, but I did not turn it in. Alright, let's actually turn it in and save with the enemies dead. Len, I'm starting to understand why the window was available. It was probably meant for you to escape the monster that appears after you pick up the key. Although, I just ran past it, funnily enough. Because it was stuck in the animation where it's getting all glowy.
No!
If you're not exactly sure of where to run, the lamps during the running sequences are actually giving you like a hint as to where to go. I've noticed this during the first running sequence as well. Like if you can see a lamp, you're better off following that one. Oh, I got caught. Hinako? Nope. Oh, we died. It was not even by the monster that was chasing us. We just got caught by the vines. Oh, we're starting a bit ahead. That was nice. Oh, come on. That is a dead end. It's not an overly hard sequence, to be honest. It's just a very weird one. Although I think because we were playing on hard this time, there are a lot more enemies trying to block our path. Wait, do we still have to run? I feel like we didn't. Okay, never mind, we do. That was just a brief reprieve before that follows you again. I kind of want to just go back and explore this place though. Makes you wonder why she even bothered to lock it. But you know what does block mystical entities? An open gate. An open Tory gate. Two poles.
Is it finally over?
And the funny thing is, I think I did this on my first playthrough as well because there was a save point here. I actually just saved and ran back. See whether I missed anything. And the game allows you to do that.
That stuff from before. Where did it go?
As long as the usable item is not a red capsule, we'll take it. That's about as far as you can go, though. I don't think we missed anything. Yeah, and this path's blocked off until we do the events at Shu's house. There used to be an item here, I feel like, but it's not here. You missed the fog. The fog is one of those things in the game which is not really well explained, right? The fog is actually a representation of Hinako's own fears. And for some reason, it's like another version of Hinako in the fog that's actually chasing her. So what is actually happening here is never clear. Like, is it like a drug-fueled vision of sorts or something? Or something else, we're never sure.
It used to do very well. But that people stopped visiting it after the fire.
Oh, this shrine is where you purify the sword when you get it, I believe. Oh, okay, and we finally have like our clue to the Jesus statue. Now they're sort of explaining why the tradition of the Tsukumogami kind of happened here. Because the town was founded by soldiers who fled from battle. And since they couldn't interact with everyone else in the vicinity because they were like soldiers who went AWOL, they had to use whatever tools they had for a very long time. And that developed into the faith of Tsukumogami, which places emphasis on taking care of your tools. Oh wait, no, this is not the one that is used to purify the sword. It is actually where I believe the sword might be, because this is where the divine tree is, and by all accounts it's hinted that the sword is buried at the divine tree. Speaking of divine stuff,
This is... the divine tree. It's in bad shape now, but I bet it used to be pretty impressive at one point. Ryojizo-san. Someone put a shawl on it.
Ah, I see. So that's why we are actually getting the Jesus statues. There are like three statues that have been covered by a shawl, and we've actually donated to 3 Jesus statues all over the place. And there's like 2 more statues left, so we have a total of 5 Jesus statues to find, and then come back to this place. The chocolate is one of my favorite things in the game, right? The chocolate actually increases your sanity, and it makes a funny sort of sense that actually somebody who's very stressed can get a bit of their sanity back just by eating something sweet. Doubly so, because it's Hineko, who is indicated to like sweets. Okay, yeah, we need to come back to this later. And we need to find like 2 more Jesus statues before we can come here. That means I need at least one more real world sequence before I can find everything that we need. Ironically, I end up giving away much of the items which restore sanity. I have chocolates in my fridge for just that occasion. Understandable very much. So yeah, there is a fence over here. So the Jesus statue is probably nearby. According to the photo, at least. But the problem is I haven't quite found the item that we need to give to the Jesus statue just yet. Oh, we tend to like minimize the amount of snacks that we keep at home. Like the only snacks that are okay, here's the Jesus statue actually. The only snacks over here are the ones that I keep for my mother, because she has a tendency to not eat at work at all. Like she's a bit of a workaholic, so she'll not have dinner at work and then come home without eating anything. So I'll usually like keep a stock of nuts or chips just so that she can munch on it, but never chocolate because she's not a fan of eating sweet stuff. Fire. So we're looking for something that can fire. That was Shu's house, rather the back of Shu's house. Yeah, that house was definitely Shu's, but it was near his house, so we're not directly at that house, but I think there was like a little shack just past it.
So it leads here.
Yeah, that's Shu's house. But we should be able to go behind it.
Shu! Partner! It's me!
And yeah, if you've been like missing any references for Silent Hill, the entire cause of everything that's happening here are these white flowers. I've already explained this to Mfaz, but I'll explain it to you again, Lance, since I'm not sure whether you played any of the original Silent Hills, right? In Silent Hill 1, you're also facing a similar situation where a character is crossing over to another world and like facing off demons and everything, and there's even a bit of a religious cult here. But what is actually there's like two reasons for what might be happening, right? They provide you with a supernatural reason, and then they also provide you with a logical reason. The supernatural reason is that the religious cult is summoning a demon by torturing a psychic little kid, right? A little child who has been terribly burned for their own situations. And that psychic child's inner torment is being manifested in the town as all these visions that the other characters are feeling. But the logical reason for what everyone feels in Silent Hill in the town is that a drug trade is happening all throughout the town, and the scent has actually permeated the town itself. And that drug, oh, sorry, I dropped my glasses. I dropped my glass cloth that I used to clean, because I'm doing the cleaning glasses thing as I'm explaining. But yeah, the logical reason is because it's due to a drug, and that drug is made with these white flowers called White Claudia. And it's only supposed to be found here, found at Silent Hill. But according to the lore of this game, a Portuguese missionary brought over some of the flowers from that town. And yeah, I'm doing the anime thing of cleaning my glasses and as I'm explaining, and then putting it up in my face so that there's this little sparkle, the eyeglass flash as I explain. Now I need to make an animation for that on my character. But yeah, Hinako, it's indicated that Hinako and the entire town is also suffering from these same delusions, because they are running clinical trials for this drug using the white flower once again. Correct, Hibachi Brazier. Yep, in a sense, right? But the way the effects of the drug is that it allows people to actually see gods and demons and connect with their inner selves. So each person is seeing things differently, and you'll notice that the characters are like very vague about everything too. Like they'll say they'll see monsters, but they'll never describe what type of monster they're seeing. It's sort of semi-explained that possibly the things you're seeing are other people who are also under the effect of the drugs, and they're sort of going mental and attacking you because of that, because they're also seeing you as monsters. Yeah, that's one more Jesus statue found. There's only one more left till we can get the sacred sword. We're all monsters in the end. The Silent Hill series were like very good at hiding that, right? They never confirmed whether that was the case until Silent Hill 3 came out, right? Even in Silent Hill 3, it's not confirmed, but they're like really cementing the idea that you might be killing actual people. Because one character in Silent Hill, the protagonist of Silent Hill, will meet with another character who's very hostile, and they'll be like, I am trying to survive by killing... The protagonist is like, I'm trying to survive by killing all these monsters, what are you talking about? And then that character will be like, oh, is that what it looks like to you? They look like monsters to you. And ever since then, I don't think anyone who's played a Silent Hill game has looked at the creatures the same way ever again. It is a very, very cool moment.
It's locked. Maybe the back?
And I think this moment is when the game like really clicked for me as a Silent Hill game, once I realized that this was White Claudia. I feel like at this point, as we're going through New Game Plus, the way they present the story, I might be placing this game as one of the best Silent Hill story games. it there are some sections I don't like. I don't like the fact that it's linear. I feel like we would have done better if we could actually explore the town, which has been a bit of a staple. But I also don't like the forced combat sequences, because especially in the later chapters, they'll like really lock your progress until you kill a certain monster that's blocking the path. And yeah, this is where it just basically confirms that, hey, there's something very wrong with these red capsules. And the brilliant thing they do with this game is that the first time you play this game, and I'm probably spoiling it for you all if you ever intend to play it, but I guess we're already in spoiler territory. The first time you play this game, these red capsules are handed out to you as like healing items, and the game even like slowly nudges you to use them after your very first running sequence, and you're like, okay, yeah, let's use it. And the moment you use it, you're locked into what I think can be argued as the bad ending. And too late for that disclaimer. Yeah, I guess, considering that we're pretty much like the 2/3 of the way through the game. But yeah, the moment you take the red capsules, you're locked into the bad ending because you're taking the drug. You're sort of affected by it. Which is why, in order to get the other endings, you have to avoid... They frame it like, don't take the red capsules. So I've been thinking that maybe you shouldn't pick it up as well. But it might just be that they don't consume the red capsules too, right? Which is why when we picked up the red capsule before, I reloaded the save because I didn't want to risk it. Oh, this is a new cutscene. Hinako is actually realizing that Shu is using a weird drug on her. When we played New Game, this cutscene didn't play. This is what I meant by the game has layers that only appear when you play it a second time, right? You could read the note, but because you took the red capsule, I think Hinako doesn't make the connection that the red capsule is not good for you. But this time, because we did not take the red capsules, she's finally realizing that, hey, those headache medicine that Shu has been giving her has something weird with it. This is what you're waiting for me. Is it like what I'm guessing, or is it something else?
Partner.
No, she
For everything.
she realizes. Oh, she's putting down the red capsules.
I'll do this without you. I'll be fine. On my own.
Be gone with the pills. Hear that, land? Winners don't do drugs. Oh, so Shu actually, this is different too. Shu is actually saying that, hey, move on with your marriage. We're gonna cut our connection here. Too late for that too.
Shu.
Yeah, you're right. The pills have actually disappeared.
I guess I'll wait for the two of them inside the house.
You know, now that I think about it, I feel like once you get to this point, the amount of pills you start seeing in the game, if you had taken it originally, start to increase, right? Because by the end, both of us had like more than 50 of those red pills as healing items in our inventory. Shu got shooed. Literally. Yeah, well, in the ending scene, she was pretty much just hallucinating all those pills, just covering the entire hallway, but still. Like, she was going off the rocker on that default ending. Like, she'd completely lost it at that point. I feel like I should save before I do anything else. Just delaying the inevitable. That was a nice scene. I was not expecting that to happen. Also, I'm realizing that there's like a sound hint for when you're near the Jesus statues. I never noticed that before. Like, the little bell chime seems to happen when you're going past a Jesus statue. And when you're saving. Never mind. Now I'm not sure. Okay, it's just... Okay, that was just coincidental timing by the looks of it. I thought that was a hint for the Jesus statue, because we do hear a chime with those two. I feel like I've always been taking the red pills.
Sue, Wrinkle.
Or the blue ones. It's a question of red and blue, right? I think there's also a black pill now. The beams, I mean. You also sort of start to realize that the picture of Shu is actually a lot older. Sort of indicating that everything is happening in Hinako's mind, that they are actually older than they seem. And this also explains why whenever Hinako passes out, the other monster doesn't do anything, because the other monster is just Hinako herself. You can't hurt yourself while you're unconscious. You know, I was half expecting Kodayuki to actually be here, since we have the mask now.
No. But I'm not afraid.
Run, hurry, there's no going back.
I may not see you here. But I feel that you are with me.
Yeah, they were walking together and then Kodayuki will suddenly disappear.
What I must to be the perfect person for you.
And now we can actually enter that little gate that was blocked off before. Here. Because previously there was only one path you could go to. Oh wait, never mind. It's still blocked. Well, you've kind of finished the game multiple times already, so you have done like 3 playthroughs while I'm still on my one.
I was lost for the longest time. But I am now more certain of my path.
It says Hinako as she's hit by enemies. Alright, we need to change out our Momori. Suzerain is fine, I kind of need that. Otter, not so much. We're gonna go with Owl for one thing, so that we have more focus. Or, because more stamina is always nice. And this, right. It feels like you're slapping the hell out of them. I'm kind of realizing that now we kind of don't need to do the ritual as well. You can actually... You know what? I'm not sure. Wasn't there like a door that required you to have the brooch here? Yeah, you don't need to do the ritual now. You can just go directly to that final area, I believe. Although I'm curious as to what would happen if you did do the ritual. And this is one of the ritual areas, right? Not this way, I think. Or is it this way? I'm not entirely certain. No, wait, it was this way. We can probably avoid the ritual area and just go up here to the stairs. And there should be that one door that required the Inari-sama charm to open that we didn't get until our New Game Plus. Something's very angry though. Yeah, this was the place where you indicated to me that I missed an inventory increasing item. And it did have a lot of enemies. No, it did have that item as well as that one door over there. I feel like something's following me. Something is following me. I'm caught between the devil and the deep blue sea here.
This power.
Oh my god, it's these guys. I might be in trouble. I should have probably eliminated the other ones. The problem is that they're very fast too. Yep. I died. Now, I got a little too overconfident with our power there. I thought the basic enemies would be spawning, but I was so wrong.
Perfect person for you.
So is our memory changed again? Yeah, it is changed again. Uh, Scissoron. Oh wait, I already had the Scissoron equipped. Oh. Mantis? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I used for the fourth one here. Was it Crow? It might have been Crow. Or we could just go Kudzali.
I was lost for the longest time. But I am now more certain of my path.
Not this time.
Get out.
I'm still curious as to what's gonna happen if we open up that door, so I'm heading that way. Oh wait, not this one. And we'll take care of the roaming enemy first so that I don't end up getting sidetracked. Yeah, where exactly did he come from anyways? Like, does he spawn when I go up the room? Or does he hear me from all the way over there? I feel like he might have heard me. No, wait, he's coming up. Yeah, this variation of the enemy is a bit more of a nuisance. I guess it's because I've been relying on counters all through the game. I'm not entirely certain how to deal with them normally. Oh, I got affected. Oh, I do not have the perfect dodge counter. That's why. Hey, what do I have instead of the perfect dodge counter? Kudzali. Okay, I'm looking for the perfect dodge counter. Yeah, the rabbit one. Kinda interesting that it's rabbit, as again, Sakuko. Odd. I felt like the box which had the inventory item was around here. Like, I feel like it was this box, but we can't open it this time. Interesting. Well, let's actually use this bandage here so that the inventory slot is not taken up. Or was it over here? Yeah, it must have been because there's an antique comb here. And now we can finally open up this door. It should lead us to a little room with more side quests. Wait, never mind, it's not a little room, it's actually a big area. Oh, okay. This is new. This is completely new to me. There's like an entire area here. Hermitage of the Crimson Water. And unlike the other areas, it actually feels safe. There's bells around here. And I'm guessing this must be the Hindstone. Oh wait, never mind. Oh wait, it might be Hindstone. What is this? On the rock of our ancestors built a shrine naming it Heaven's Benediction so it could serve as a sanctuary for our clan. Okay. But he shall prevent calamity from ever arising again. They might be talking about the fact that the town was previously beset by geysers and volcanic activity, earthquakes and everything. And that it was up to the clan head to sort of pray or use a ritualistic process to calm the gods to prevent it from happening. He who seeks the crimson water, which banishes evil, when the Shishi-Odoshi strikes once, let the bell chime. Thrice shall the bells ring to speak the legends of this land. Trapped under a great stone in the lake abyss lies a slumbering water dragon, born during the Age of Gods and sealed away by our ancestors. Deprived of the water dragon's spirit, the once lush great tree has met a withering fate. I'm not quite sure that marks even remotely as anything of a hint. Hey, what does my journal say about this? He who seeks crimson water. Yeah, it's the same thing. I think I might need to take a look at the bells. Nothing? Okay, never mind. Okay, this bell has a flame on it, and that one had a wave pattern. Water. Okay, water, fire. What do you have? Tree. And I don't even know what you are. Rock? Because there's a rock over there. Stone. Okay, stone. We had mention of a stone. Upon the water they set a great stone. Now the being remains sealed away, unable to break free of its prison. However, earth cannot endure forever against the might of water. As its power wanes, the seal shall break. When the wrath rises once more, we shall be powerless to stop it. Is this also like another hint? I don't feel like it is a hint. I think I kind of get what's happening. I just have to see all the bells to like really make it click together. This one has like a symbol of water and it's like right next to a lake. This one has a symbol of fire. And I feel like it might be referring to the little lantern over there. I'm not entirely certain. The other one has stone. This has a tree and it's... Well, I might be... Okay, I might just be overthinking this again, right? Because all of the lanterns are on a tree. But this one specifically has a tree. And this I felt like was indicating to that stone boulder over there, so it's probably stone. Let's check the entire area to see if there's something else which gives us a hint. Contains a red liquid. Agora Hotesimo Cues, and still favored by a small minority of the town's elderly population, who has a distaste for modern medicine. Okay, this might be what we need to purify the sacred sword. Although I feel like... Because, yeah, there's like a little forge here as well. But I feel like that should have been like a reward for actually completing the puzzle. And not a reward in itself, like something you can just pick up, which is kind of weird. I hope I didn't mess it up by picking it up before completing the puzzle. Okay, back to this. Oh wait, this is information. Crimson water. He who seeks the crimson water which banishes evil. When the Shishi Odoshi strikes once, let the bell chime. Thrice shall the bells ring to speak the legends of this land. Okay. So I gotta wait till the Shishi Odoshi strikes once, and then start the bell process, right? Thrice shall the bells ring, so we need to ring 3 bells. Trapped under a great stone in the lake's abyss lies a summoning water dragon born during the age of gods and sealed away by our ancestors. Deprived of the water dragon spirits, the once lush great tree has met her withering fate. Of the bells that we're seeing here, there's one with water, one with stone, one with a tree, and one with fire. Fire is not mentioned here, but stone, water, and tree is. Oh, okay, that's good to know. At least I didn't mess things up. Like, the game could have just been mean, like you should have picked it after you complete the puzzle or something. Stone, water, Stone water tree. Is that it? Stone water tree. Like that would make like 3 items. 3 bells. And we have to wait till we hear the Shishiyodoshi strike. I wonder if it's time. Like, do I have to run across and hit everything? And this is waters. I should be starting with stone. If we are following the legend. Stone. Water. Oh, not sure whether it's time, but I'm gonna hit this regardless. No? Is it timed? It might be timed. Unless there's like another lantern here I'm missing. Mountain? Wait a minute. Thrice shall the bells ring to speak the legends of this land. Trapped under a great stone. I wonder, they talked about the legends of the dragon head actually landing in a mountain area, I think. So maybe whatever that is down there is actually not stone? And this might be stone instead. Trapped under a great stone in the lake's abyss lies a slumbering water dragon born during the Age of Gods and sealed away by our ancestors. Okay, so... yeah, this might actually be the stone. Stone. Run down all the way to water. No? Okay, that is... what am I missing here? Hmm. Wondered, wait, do I have to like wait for each time after the Shishiodi, uh, the little bamboo thing? I've completely forgotten what it's called. Strikes. Okay, stone. Wait for it to strike. Water. Wait for it to strike again. Oh, I did have to wait. According to the writings of the Evi family, which is Shu's family, whose members have served the people of Izuoka as physicians for generations, only infusions prepared using traditional mission can truly be called Aguranohode-sama. Both a miraculous elixir and a dangerous poison. Interesting. Oh, did I hit the first one twice? Did I not have to time that at all? Okay. Just realizing that the whole place has turned red too. I thought that it might have actually been timed with the little bamboo thing. Oh, the timing too. Okay, that's good to know. Not exactly sure why we did that. but it seems to have something to do with the medicine that we picked up, which I feel like might be something that we use to purify the sacred sword when we get it, because this is a forge right here. And it is in front of the Yagura no Hote-sama is right in front of that forge. Yeah, the power of the crimson water shall eradicate even the most wicked evil. And the sword is said to be possessed by the malevolence of all the soldiers who fled to Ebisugaoka. So we're gonna have to use this to exorcise that sword when we get it. And I suppose we had to do this ritual because it increases the potency of the Hote-sama. Interesting. I think I just read that entry after a very long time. That entry might have, the Space Wars things might have actually been something that we've gotten from the Joki UFO ending. Because it talks about the UFO film that both Shu and Minako saw when they were younger. And that was how they sort of connected when they were younger too. Just taking a look, making sure we didn't miss anything. I am glad that we got a bit of a break from all the weirdness though. I am kind of curious as to what this means. I was thinking that like there's a shape that looks like this right in front of us. Could it be referring to stone? Oh no, I don't mind back-to-back combat. What I don't like is forced combat sections, right? Like the combat in this game is generally easy to I think you're stoned. Well, you're not exactly wrong, Glenn. You're not exactly wrong. Okay, now the question is, do I have to go to the ritual areas? Like, does going there change anything? We even have a save shrine here somewhere that I can test this theory on. Isn't there like a save shrine on the other side? I need to find a save shrine just to give away these items. Yeah, I feel like there was a save shrine if you go up the stairs over there. And I have to be careful of the ninja dolls. That's unfortunate. No worries. I will probably stop after we get to the shrine as well because it's midnight. And I kind of want to start waking up a bit early during my annual leaves just so that my body can adjust to waking up at like 6 a.m. I kicked the habit of sleeping late and waking up late. Yeah, I think I remember there being like a safe point up this set of stairs. Oh, there it is. It's gonna enshrine everything we don't need, and then we are gonna call it. It's also got enough to probably get the health upgrade. And I still have one more plaque, or the Emma thing, to do more upgrades. But yeah, thanks for joining me, you two, as usual. Thanks for keeping me entertained. Oh, I left a save point that was very near there. Yeah, I feel like I remember there being another save point below too, on the other side. It's just that I didn't want to accidentally trigger any cutscene or anything if there's a change, right? That's why I wanted to run over to this save point in case it triggers anything weird. But yeah, thanks for joining me, you two. I'm also going to call it and get some rest. I'm not sure how much entertainment I was for you, especially. Considering, again, I feel like you make a better streamer with your jokes than me. But yeah, thanks. You can tell that I'm tired because my voice is cracked as well. But yeah, here's Mikh'a. Now let me do my usual. Here's Mikh'a signing off. And I hope you all take care of yourselves. Good night.